What's up, folks? We're back with another episode of Shit I Like to Make with Deer Meat, and today we are going to make some sliced jerky. This is one of my most favorite jerky recipes. It's pretty much the only jerky recipe that I really care for. I've tried a whole bunch, but this one to me, it's pretty damn good. It's a sweet heat type mixture that we're going to use for a marinade, and we'll show you what you guys need. So right here we got 5 pounds of some deer meat. We're going to trim that up. We're going to trim all the fat off of that. Now, the trick to this too is you kind of want to leave it just a little bit frozen if possible. You want just a little bit frozen because we're going to slice that in this meat slicer here. So that's what I'm saying, that, you know, if I've noticed that if you leave it just slightly frozen a little bit, you know, where the center is kind of hard, it makes it really easy, makes some really nice slices. So I'll slice some stuff up and I'll show you what the slices are going to look like. But back over here for our ingredients, super simple. Got a bunch of stuff here. We're going to use 3/4 cup of Stubbs Sticky Sweet Barbecue. We are going to use 3/4 cup of just some regular Worcestershire. We are going to use 1.5 cups of soy sauce. So we're going to use a cup and a half of the soy sauce. We're going to use 8 teaspoons of John Henry's Mojave garlic pepper. 8 teaspoons of that. That's going to be your salt, pepper, and garlic flavor and onion flavor and all that, all mixed into that. So 8 teaspoons. 2 teaspoons of the crushed red pepper, and 1 teaspoon of the cayenne pepper. And here you can see I kind of already have it mixed together. Now, the thing with this is you have to use the sweet barbecue sauce. You can use another barbecue sauce if you want, but you got to use the sweet barbecue sauce with this. The other thing that we're going to add to is we're going to use brown sugar. We're going with 3/4 cup of brown sugar in that. So I hope you guys got all that. So it's really good, fantastic. It's got a really awesome flavor. Now there's 2 ways you can make this. You can make this hot, or you can make it all sweet, you know, like a sweet hot, or make it all sweet. So if you just want to do this same exact recipe, instead of these 2 right here, the cayenne pepper and the crushed red pepper, you can get rid of those and you can add 3/4 cup of honey. So you can add the 3/4 cup of honey and get rid of just these 2. And I've made it that way too. And it's good. It's a really sweet flavor. It tastes pretty good. So those are the ingredients that you need there. You can go back, watch the video, and I tell you how much to use. You will need a meat slicer for sure. You know, meat tub helps. Your venison, and then a dehydrator. And I think I've made videos already of, you know, the Big O 12 tray dehydrator that Cabela's makes. You know, it gets bad reviews, and I can tell you I've had this thing a long time and I've made a ton of jerky in it. You know, it's loud, but you know, I stick it in the garage where there's no wind that can, you know, change the temperature on the inside blowing through it. So you always want to do it. You don't want to do it inside because your house is going to smell like jerky. But if you do it in the garage, you know, I found that's the best place to do it. You really just don't want air, any kind of wind blowing through this thing, changing the temperature on you. So there you have it, folks. So we will get to trimming that meat up, and I'll show you some videos of some slicing. Okay, you're going to pour all that mixture that I talked about earlier, all those ingredients. You're going to pour that stuff in a bowl, and we're going to whisk it. We're going to whisk that stuff together so it makes just a really good consistency. You want that sugars and the peppers and all that stuff to kind of just settle in there real good. So a whisk works good. Don't use a spoon or anything like that. Shit's going to splash everywhere. You need a whisk, I'm telling you. I know it's something like a girl would use, but there ain't nothing wrong with that. I learned how to do this from a girl. So, but you want to use a whisk. And whisk that stuff up real good. Perfect. Perfecto. All right, we got a nice big nice chunk here. Still kind of frozen, but like that's about what you want. Something just like that to start. And we're gonna stick that right up in our meat slicer here. And then we'll get the meat slicer plugged in and everything, and we'll start cutting. All right, and we are slicing. As I wanted to show you. So this is about what we're looking for right here. That's the thickness, and that's about the size of the piece that you want right there. Hope you can kind of compare that, but that makes for some fantastic jerky slice right there. You can see that probably 1/8 inch thick, maybe a little bit more, and that's about how big. It's right next to my hand, you know. So that makes like the perfect jerky piece. All right, I got a lot of meat to slice up. I won't sit here and dull you with chopping, slicing all this meat up, but let's get to rolling. We'll get to slicing this stuff up. All right, folks, we are sliced up here. Look at these beautiful, beautiful slices here. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, just gonna be a fantastic piece of jerky, you know? Oh yeah. And there's our marinade. Any scraps, like, you know, you're gonna have some scraps and stuff left over, I always grind that up, you know, make a burger out of it or something. I'm gonna make some jalapeno Slim Jims, so I'm gonna grind those up and, you know, make some snack sticks out of them with some other deer meat I got laid out. That's what I got the stuffer for and everything. But this venison here, this is a fan favorite. A lot of people like this, so we're gonna take these here and just like that. Look at that, perfect. It's about the size you want. We're gonna just start sticking that stuff in the marinade. Kind of separate it all out. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Stick it in there just like that. And once it's all in, we'll give it a good swirl. Make sure everything is nice and coated. And we're gonna let that sit overnight, folks. We will get it out and lay it out in the dehydrator. It's gonna be free. All right, folks. It's the next day. We've let our meat marinate for about 15 hours. And you can see here, oh, here it smells fantastic. So we let it sit in the refrigerator overnight. Let that meat marinate in that mixture. And now we're ready to put it on some trays. And we're gonna throw it right in that dehydrator. And we're gonna go for about 7 hours and check it. Like I said, the dehydrator is a little bit tricky depending on where you live. Like I said, you really want to keep it inside. You don't want wind blowing across it. And like I said, I'm making this batch of jerky in the state of Arizona, so it's really dry out here. We will have a lot of moisture in the air. So if you're making it like, you know, I make jerky in Indiana, so when I'm in Indiana, I'll probably run it about 8 hours because there's a lot of moisture in the air, so it takes a little bit longer for it to dry out. So I always tell people, run everything at 7, check it, see where the texture of the meat is, and then we can kind of go from there. But so we're gonna start taking this stuff and we're gonna put it right on these trays. Man, but just look at that. And that's a perfect piece of jerky right there. Kind of shake the excess off a little bit. And we're just gonna lay it on, start laying it out. I always do this over the sink too. That's why all that stuff just kind of drips on in there. And you want to make sure that you lay the pieces flat too. Like you want to get them as flat as you can. If they're sticking up or bulging, they won't dry out right. So you really want to just make sure that you get them spread out really good. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a nice piece right there. So you open them up, spread it out real good, and lay it on your tray. That's gonna be a fantastic piece there too. So if possible, you really don't want them to touch each other on the tray, but I'll kind of give you an example of what a full tray will look like here. So there you have it. That's what we're looking for there. That would be, you know, a pretty good tray of jerky right there. So we're gonna take that, throw it right in there. Bang. And then we'll get the next tray out. Oops. So you get the idea. I won't bore you with another 20 minutes of putting meat on the tray, but we'll come back when I show you when I fire up the dehydrator. All right, we are in the garage. Like I said, I just think it's the best place to make jerky. You know, you don't want to do it in the house with your dehydrator because it'll stink and it's loud. And you really don't want to stick it outside again because of the wind or a breeze or something like that. It just instantly wipes away, you know, all of the temperature on the inside. So we're gonna come out here, we're gonna turn it on, we're gonna set time. So like I said, we're gonna go 7 hours here. Time's good, set the temp, we max it out at 160. It's as high as it goes. Bang. And we are rocking and rolling, folks. So you can hear it kick on. And there she is. Tray's of venison jerky we're gonna make. And you know, here's the back, here's the fan. Kind of, like I said, you can hear how loud. Then when you turn it on, now you can instantly smell the jerky. So. But there she is, folks. We will check back in about 7 hours and let you know how it's going. So right now, currently 69 degrees inside there. So we'll let her go. All right, folks. Here's the finished product. I'm not gonna lie, I've already been eating it. It is fantastic jerky. Dang. It's one of my favorites. Got some zip to it. Got some sweet heat. What we're looking for. It's good, folks. You put it in your mouth, just suck on it a little bit. Pops, snaps in your mouth. Good stuff. Right? Mm-hmm. Make some. Let me know what you think. We'll see you on the next one.